Welcome to another S&P 500 analysis. Today is February 28, 2023. The market faded again into the close, and right now we're looking at this table here. You see that the Russell 2000 was the only one that had a small gain of 0.72 points, with the Dow Jones Industrial, the poorest performer, and it lost 232 points or 0.75%. The Dow Jones Transportation came in second to last. It lost over 100 points or 0.69%. The S&P 500 lost 0.3%, 12 points, and the NASDAQ 100 lost 0.13% or just slightly under 16 points. Now let's take a look at the intraday chart here on the sentiment and also the internals. You can see that the market opened down and then start chopping back up, and it was positive most of the day. Then in the last 40 minutes or so, we actually got a little bit of a sell-off into the close. Although it tried to come up, but it really got sold off. You notice that the up-down volume ratio will actually turn negative, and also the daily advanced decline is getting close to neutral and finally close with more declining issue than advancing issue. So you see that the momentum was kind of waiting throughout the afternoon. So that's after 2 o'clock Eastern time. See here about 11 Western time, you see the market starting to fade, the S&P 500. So the S&P 500 actually finished down 0.3% or 12 points. That's a little bit of a reversal from yesterday. Now let's take a look at the sentiment chart and also the internals based on the daily time frame. See that the VIX closed at 20.7, so it's still inside of this 20-30 zone, and the put call ratio is sitting at 0.84. So the market participant is definitely in a little bit of a bearish mode. And here we see the up-down volume ratio finished the session at minus 1.3, so that was 1.3 in favor of the down volume, and the decliner outnumbered the advancer by amount of 113. Now, in the New York Stock Exchange, the number of new 52-week highs still outnumbered the number of new 52-week low, and today the new high outnumbered the 52-week low by an amount of 56. And looking at this cumulative AD line, one would think that we might seeing a little bit of a positive divergence, but actually it's not, because this day here, this pivot low is closed at 3970.04, and today it closed at 3970.15. So today's close is higher than this pivot low. Cumulative AD line today is 40,671, and here is only 40,185. So there is no positive divergence here between the cumulative AD line and the S&P 500. Now, for the NASDAQ market, we did see the up-down volume ratio close at pretty much neutral at 1.01 on the up-down volume ratio. So that's pretty much neutral, and also 16 more advancing issue than declining issue. Again, that is very neutral. But the new 52-week low still outnumbered the new 52-week high in the NASDAQ market, and today there were 11 more new 52-week low than 52-week high. And also, we did not see any divergence between the NASDAQ 100 and the cumulative AD line in the NASDAQ market. Look at the ES market profile chart here. As you can see, it took out this point of control from yesterday at 39.97. Now, we did finish with a poor high here. See here, this poor high. We got this poor high. I need to mark that off. And there is a little bit of a single print. And it came down and also took out this point of control here. So tomorrow, I'd be watching to see would it come up and tag this point of control somewhere around 39.8450. And then see would it be able to move up and take out the high, which is the poor high of 4,003.5. But what I'd be really watching tomorrow most likely happen will be coming down and take out this low here and possibly get down to some of these lower level and down here to fill out these single prints from January the 20th. So be watching this high, this low to get taken out. We're going to see the price continue to move down and take out. Well, it took out this point of control today. So basically, watching for this thing to come down, take out the low, and work itself down to this 39.30 area, and see what it fill the single print. And here's a 2-hour chart of the ES. The ES, and you see that it came up and tagged the VPOX up here, and then kind of got rejected. It got rejected and came down and filled this gap, and see if came down and tagged this VPOX. So tomorrow we're going to be watching the continuation move to possibly do a little bit back test and move down here to this zone, and that would be somewhere near the 39.50 area, and then pushes down to the 39.25. This little bit of a high volume node here, and see would it be able to chop around here. And if it breaks down from that high volume node, then I'll be watching for this lower range of the expected move to get tagged. That would be the 38.99.50 area. Okay, so that would be the ES on the volume profile chart. Now, if it could come back up and get back above this VPOX, then we'd be looking at, there's a VPOX here. I haven't put it in yet, to see would it be able to chop around and move up to this high volume zone here. And that would getting back up to the 4,000 mark. So right now the ES is look like it want to head lower. So I'll be watching these low volume zone down here at this 39.50. Now let's take a look at the SPY, the ETF for the S&P 500. Remember yesterday we were talking about the move up above this POC, yesterday's POC, the VPOC, and then we be watching yesterday's high to see would it be taken out, and if it does, then we be watching Thursday's poor high. So you see that it did come up and take out the VPOX, but unable to come up and take out yesterday's high. So instead, it's chopped around and it came down. And then also the other thing is we talked about yesterday that if it came down and filled this gap, then we look for this VPOX to get tagged. And although look at this at the close of the closing bell, it was up here at 390.96 area. Then watch what happens soon after the bell, and actually came down and tagged the VPOX on I think that's Friday's. Was it? Yeah, that's Friday's VPOX. And here the low after the bell was 395.50, and I tag it at 395.56. I just eyeballing those levels, so we'll very well be at that 395.50 area. But the point is, it did come down and tag that VPOX. So here's what we're going to be looking at for the tomorrow session. And if we looking at this, this is today's VPOX at 397. So we might come up and tag that and then push us down, because right now it is sitting at this VPOX. I wouldn't be surprised that we be gapping down tomorrow. And if it does, it probably will come back, and sometime during the session, maybe we'll come back and back test this 395.50 area, and then push us down to this low volume zone down at 391.66, and see would it be able to find some sort of a bounce back up. And if it doesn't, then we will continue to watch for this thing to come down to the lower range of the expected move, and also with in confluence with this high volume node here near this 389 area. And looking at the big picture of the S&P 500 on this daily chart, as you can see, I have this 30 period SMA, and you can see it is flattening out, this blue line here. So I wouldn't be surprised to see it roll over in the coming days. And you see that it broke this trend line here a couple days ago, and still unable to close back above this trend line. And the last two trading session, we are seeing these topping wick type of a candle. So that's a little bit of a bearish tone. So I wouldn't be surprised to see the S&P 500 start making its way down toward this 3,900 area. And if you are new to this channel, be sure to subscribe if you'd like to continue to see these type of video from me, and also smash the thumbs up to help me promote this video. Thank you for watching and stay safe.